Geelong star Cameron Guthrie, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks for having me.
So obviously the big day well and truly upon us. Hawthorn versus Sydney, 1v2. What are your thoughts on both teams?
Oh, both great teams. We went up and played Sydney at the SCG earlier in the year, and they absolutely dominated us, and we sort of saw firsthand how good they are. And Hawthorn, we played them in the first final, and they were really impressive, and they were lucky enough to get over the line against Port Adelaide in what I thought was probably one of the games of the year. But yeah, this week it's going to be a great clash. I can't wait to watch it.
I talked to Anthony Hudson recently about whether the Prelim Finals had, because they were very contrasting Prelim Finals, as he said, would that play into it at all in terms of fatigue for maybe Hawthorn or a bit of complacency for Sydney?
I'm actually not too sure. I guess Sydney have that extra sort of day break or 16 hours sort of break, so I'm not sure whether that will play any factor in the grand final, but I'm sure both teams are doing everything possible to get up for this week, and yeah, once they're out there they'll be firing, so yeah, it'll be good to see.
So again, with both teams, Sydney and Hawthorn, when you were playing them, where did Chris Scott put you in a tagging position?
Yeah, this season against Sydney I was on and off Kennedy, who actually had a really good year, so that was a good challenge for me. And against Hawthorn, I played on Sam Mitchell and Jordan Lewis. So yeah, they're some of the best mids going around at the moment, so it was a good lesson for me and something I really enjoyed.
So I know it's hard to pick, but in terms of strengths and weaknesses for both teams, what are the strengths and weaknesses of both Sydney and Hawthorn? We'll start with Sydney first. Big
strengths, they're obviously great ball winners inside. They've got guys like Kennedy, Parker, McVeigh going through there, Jack, great on ball brigade, and then you look at their forwards, you've got Buddy and Tippett and Goods playing up there, so they're all hard matchups. Got a lot of firepower down there, so they can kick a winning score for sure. And I guess with Hawthorn, their ball movement is ridiculously good. They've got some great kicks and some really crafty sort of players who can really finish, like Gunston and Roughhead, who both kick goals for them. So yeah, I think it'll be a really even matchup, but yeah, it'll be great to see how it plays out.
Any weaknesses in either team?
If they do have them, I think they're pretty hard to find. Yeah, I'm actually not too sure. I think finals footy, anything can happen on grand final day, so yeah, someone or something might be found out. We'll have to wait and see.
How do you play Buddy with Geelong specifically, and maybe even a bit of an insight to how Hawthorn will go about it? Do you double team him? Is it one person on him, or how do you play on Buddy Franklin?
From a Geelong point of view, we usually send Tom Lonigan to Buddy. He's had some success on Franklin in the past, sort of limiting him to not too many goals and not too many scoring shots. As far as Hawthorn go, I'm not sure who'll go to him, maybe a Lake or a Stratton, Gibson, someone like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if a Lake or a Stratton did go to him, if you saw Josh Gibson coming across as third man up and sort of trying to block his run a little bit. But in saying that, they've got Kurt Tippett to worry about and Goods to worry about as well, so you can't really leave them alone either.
Cam, I can't let you go without Norm Smith medalist and obviously a tip for the grand final.
For a grand final tip, I think Sydney will win it. I think they've been in some great form and they're a great football team. And for Norm Smith, I think Lewis Jetta will win the Norm Smith.
Lewis Jetta, a bit of a smoky there.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Do you have a margin? Is it going to be a close one, or?
I think it'll be a close one. I think they're two great teams, and there's no clear winner, but I think Sydney just.
All right, Cam Guthrie, thanks very much for your time.